little did I know that I was going to be learning how to be a ghostwriter and learn how to do other people's voices on the page. I wrote this novel and it got all kinds of attention. Everything that had not happened for me as an actor, it was now moving very quickly. Everybody, I got an agent, the publishing world loved it. It didn't sell, and that was crushing on one level, but it was also motivating because I got to the point of where I decided I have a lot to say. I have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder about the fact that I don't think of myself as a ghostwriter. I actually think of myself as a collaborator. I really do feel like we now accept that there is somebody else who's helping someone who's not necessarily a writer tell their story. I love it because it allows me, when I do get to channel somebody else's voice, I get to play a character. It's just my acting career, but in a different form. The person who's telling their story in memoir, say, they are the camera lens. They are telling the story as if they're seeing everything. There is a way, in a very subtle way, to shift focus and to sort of step back from being your own camera as you're telling a story and sort of go to another voice, which is more my voice, which is just sort of scene setting and all that. So I kind of get to be me in there. There's some people who do what I do, and their whole approach is to stick a microphone down in front of the person, let them talk, and then edit it, and then clean it up, and don't change it very much, because you really do want their words to be what's on the page. I do some of that, but then it's almost like you get them in your head, you get their music in your head, and it's more getting their rhythm and their way of storytelling, and then coming up with sometimes richer language. So like the joint was poppin', I was really poppin'. That's the poppin'. So you don't want that word constantly. So what's another word for that? That kind of thing collaborators do. We don't live as the protagonists of our lives. We don't think about that enough, and so I will look really archetypally at. And I will ask questions. Who's your antagonist? Who or what is your antagonist? Who's your sidekick? Who's the love of your life? Those kinds of questions, so I set that ahead of time. I'm very visual, and I like to write nonfiction, which most of these are, although I have helped people write novels and everything else. I like to write it filmically. I like to write it visually. So if you say, oh my God, I couldn't put that book down, it was like watching a movie, that's because of how I like to construct it.